I just want to find out if this will stream live so that it can be watched from inside the community while we're streaming it. And I can always record it and drop it there, but
I'd say you're just trying to one less step there to not have to
yeah,
upload it after recording.
because sometimes, I know this sounds really bad, but sometimes after 40 minutes or an hour, I got nothing left in the tank. I can't do anything. So um, that's completely my problem. But all right, there it is. 40 minutes or an hour. I got nothing left in the tank. I can't do it. Let me do that. Yeah, it's working. So hang on just a second. I'm gonna
Sure.
remove this, and I think we got it whipped. Um, share that embed code. Copy that. Just got to get this process down pat here. So now we'll go into that circle. Now I'm going to put this down there where it says recordings. See where it says recordings?
No, am I at the Eric said community thing?
Yeah, you're still in the community.
I see it. I see 3 videos. There's a larger screen and a video 1 and 2. Let me go to the home and
Yeah,
see
like
what
I
it
said,
says.
those are all fake. So hang on just a second. I'm trying to change. If you're in the recording area, there should be a video 1, 2. That's a playlist. Let me change that from a playlist to something else. Hold on a second. Okay, that's the problem. Let me do this. And then I'll know how to set this up. I'm doing 8 of these at the same time. So I needed somebody that could hang out with me for an hour here. Or so. Not, I promise you I won't be an hour. All right. Now refresh that page and go back to recordings.
Okay.
And then it should say Eric said video channel in the middle of the page with a play button. Do you see it?
I'm not. I see Alex, your AI guru,
Oh, that's at the bottom of the page.
and I still only see. I've gone back and forth a couple times here. I'm still just seeing these 3 videos that are here. Welcome, Ray. Then the Lorem Ipsum, and then there's a main video across this, my.
Okay, I think we're in the wrong account. Hold on just a second. Let me try this. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. Does it say funnel success up here like this? Or does it say power hour?
Let's see. When I click on the bottom, there's like a 3 little. There's
Nope.
the
Can you see my
icons.
screen? Can you see
I
my
still
screen? See
can.
what I'm looking at right here?
I don't see your screen, Eric.
You don't see my screen.
No.
That's
I
weird.
have. There's a couple of choices, and I do see something else here. Let me hit community. Start a new post. No.
I don't know if you can see that while you're on the phone or not. Okay, that's showing funnel success. It's not the one I want.
When I look at this thing, it's called Power Hour. When I'm just clicking around, it says 3 members, 3 completed, many courses. It says dashboard courses, community discussion, recordings, forum, explorer.
Okay, go to recordings.
Okay, I'm on recordings.
Now, what do you see on recordings?
At the very top, I see video 3. And then
Okay,
just below that, video
That
3
should-
has a little chat bar at the bottom. Type your message.
Hold on just a second. For some reason, it's not showing up. Let me see what we got going on here. Okay, there it is. It is playing correctly here. So you should see, what you should see is, let me do this. Okay, I put the cotton picking thing in the wrong spot. That's my fault. Okay, grab that. The problem is that you can't live stream a live stream until you're live. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah, it does.
I'm like, I just said that, and it's like, that doesn't really make as much sense as I thought it would. I'm not sure why that's happening. Okay, hang on a second. So the only way I can test this is I have to be able to go in here and test it out. Fortunately, I'm not building this for everybody this way. So there we go. That's the problem. I didn't save it. That's my problem. I'll fix this. Hang on just a second.
Sure. No problem.
All right, now if you're on Power Hour right here, go down that menu until you hit the recording section, and hit the recordings again. And if you're already there, just refresh the page.
What am I going to, the Power Hour?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Power Hour. Wow, I see it. Welcome to our live show. It popped in at the top.
Yep.
Watch on YouTube.
Just hit the play button. Hit the play button and see if it plays.
There it is. It's playing. I see you talking.
You can see me talking, and you can see you talking.
I can see you. I see a screen. You know, you have a screen.
Okay, good. So that works the way it's supposed to. What'll probably have to happen in order to make it work is I'll have to open up the. I have to turn on Riverside to do the webinar, and then I will grab the embed code and drop it into this section right here where you are right now, and it should play without any issue whatsoever, and things should be just fine. It won't do it while I'm on, but I have to have somebody on the other end to make sure that works. But that's what'll work. So cool. I'm glad to see that's working. You're able to see everything like it is right now.
Okay.
Can you see everything okay? I know what's happening. There's a delay between my time to talk and at the time the live stream hits the area.
I
that
see
you're
it.
on.
You're talking in the right-hand side, and then this kind of the screenshot there. Yeah.
Okay, shut the recording session that you've got open. Shut that off. Just hit the center of that, and it'll shut that off. There's a time delay between me talking and that video playing of about 5 seconds.
Okay.
Are you seeing me now? Is this live?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
My screen's dark.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
dark, but it's just not playing. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool.
But I can hear you talking, but you're not. I don't see any movement.
All right. Let me go ahead and close the recording. Close the Circles account. Close the Eric Said Circle account.
Okay. Now, where do I do that so I don't lose you again here?
I think probably you have that open. Yeah, that has to be open in another tab. So you may have 2 tabs open on your phone. I don't know how you do that. The way you do it on my phone. Did you find the other tab?
I see some things like your video that's live right now is at the very top of the other 3 videos.
Right.
From the Eric Said community, but I don't know if I hit this. It looks like they're all connected.
Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead and just close that. Whatever you have to do to close that, we should stay connected on Riverside.
Okay, let me see here. 2 power hours. I don't know why this.
Okay, do this. Just close all of them, and then open Riverside back up. Go back to Facebook. Just click on the link. Just close everything, and then go back to Facebook and open and click that link, and it'll pop back up again. And I'll stay right here.
Now, can you see me right here, Eric, in the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this will work now. It's showing that it's been recording for 13 minutes. I don't know if that's you or me recording.
Nope, that's me. One thing I like about the Riverside platform is it has that transparency. Everybody sees exactly what I'm doing.
Right.
I hate it when I'm on a Zoom call with somebody and I realize that they're recording me.
Yeah, and they haven't told you or whatever.
And they didn't tell me. Yeah. Okay, that looks like that's going to work out fine. Because there'll never be a time when somebody will be inside on Riverside and then trying to watch it inside the community. That just doesn't make good sense.
Right.
But allowing this to run and record will leave that record permanently inside of the community itself. So can you see anything else on my screen, or is it just the 2 of us?
It's just the 2, and I don't see you moving at all now. I hear you, but I don't see any movement. Because what I see in the background, I see myself in the bottom right, live screen. But then I see a fixed, whatever we were in there, the power hour before, and I see the little red, play button from YouTube.
That's what my screen is parked on. So that's the reason why you're seeing that. If I change my screen, you'll see that the screen changes.
Yeah, your screen changed.
Yeah, there you go.
Welcome members, first name.
Yeah. This is the community. This is down here will be all the recordings of all of the videos. The other thing that I think is really cool about this is that if a discussion needs to get furthered, you can further the discussion here. Or you can, I can offer courses inside of that, put the course here. Um, the community itself can do all kinds of cool things. They can suggest video topics or webinar topics. They can do all kinds of stuff in here. This is actually a discussion board that can be used just like, well, we got 3 discussion type boards here. But this one is where somebody can make a post in the community and everybody will see it. So if
Okay.
you have a question, I Eric had a link in the last video, and I can't remember where it's at, and then or whatever, something like that. All of that conversation can take place here, and I don't have to monitor it,
Right. That's handy.
and that will save that will take a lot of pressure off of me, and allow the community to pick up and work through that. And so I think this is going to be an amazing opportunity. This is what I always wanted in a community and could never. I've tried 3 different community platforms and I've never got one that actually worked. This one does exactly, and I've worked with the developer on this. This one does exactly what I'm looking for. And then we'll have other communities here, so you'll be able to see those other communities. And I think this will just be an awesome opportunity. This is a forum where you can where I can put content like, what are the group rules, what are et cetera, et cetera. All this kind of stuff can go on in here.
Okay.
And I haven't done any of that yet, but you can see where you can do that. This is where the recording itself is going to live. And this is, like I said, this is the courses. This is the introductory. I'm going to cut this video today and get it ready to go. And it'll just be where do I find what, and I'll give you information of each of those platforms, but also encourage people to look at these other the other communities that we're creating. These are kind of going to take place of membership sites, courses, and a lot of other things that you can do. I'm doing one of these with a with the crafters community here in San Antonio, and they'll have everybody will have their own store. That store is connected to a payment system, so they can actually process payments and deliver goods and everything that you would ever want to do. Plus, it promotes all the craft fairs and all the events, and
so that'll be a link in there.
Yep.
But now, will each individual, like let's say those are groups or links or whatever forums, are you paying one price to join it all, or are you paying per individual thing?
Right now, I'm not charging for anything.
Okay.
That'll be a limited time, but like, for example, this course right here could be free. This course right here could be free, and then you could have to pay for each one of these.
Right.
So they'll all be available in the same spot. And then your profile, let me go to the live version of this. How come I can't get into this? Let's see. Hang on a second. Let me look this up, because I registered as Huckleberry Hootie, so I can't remember what email address I put with that.
Sure.
I don't know why I do that, but I don't want to get confused between me and whoever I'm trying to work with here. So hold on just a second. Let me grab the email.
Sure. I've never gotten my credit. I never had so many things going on with family, and what we're trying to bring Carol's parents down here to Mississippi. They're both 95, dealing with a contractor, and we're going to add on and blueprints and a draftsman, and it's just been the car, the van, the sliding doors went out on my van on my Honda Odyssey.
Wow.
The whole electrical just got screwed up, and then it broke the hinges on the door, and we were going to fix one, and then the other one started going, so now we got to fix both. then the car, and we've been helping this elderly man out.
Yeah,
And
I
I
knew
am
that.
telling you, my goodness, he's over in the hospital. I found him on the floor about a week ago. It was a week ago Friday today. Went over there, knocked on the door. Thankfully his apartment was open. I got him up off the floor, called 911 did. Called them, they came, took him to the hospital. And it has been one story after another, Eric. I'm telling you. The other day, what happens, the craziest thing is he eats, this is his diet. He gets up in the morning, he eats a Jimmy Dean's breakfast sausage, microwave. He eats banquet pot pies, microwave. And I'm telling you that that's all he eats. Some kind of spicy V8 or tomato juice. And he eats every day, 4 bananas, not 3.5, not 4.5. It's 4. And I'm telling you, he goes crazy if he doesn't get his 4 bananas. So we get him over to the hospital. They change his diet up. He starts crapping himself really bad. They got diapers on him. So I went in there the other day, and these are his words. This is the vernacular. Here's this guy. He's 80. I think he's 85. Ben, maybe he's 87. I can't remember. But anyway, I walk in there. He had the little thing he was trying to call the nurse, the aide. He says, I've shit myself 4 times this morning. Oh, Eric, I'm telling you, man. I'm like, Ben, you got to be nice. They wouldn't come back in. They've already changed him like 3 times.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, as you were telling me about his diet, I'm thinking, I hope they don't try to change that, because that'll mess him up really bad. And
it did. I'm telling you, he was. And then the other day I go in there, they aren't even getting him out. He's got a catheter in. And prior to this, he's been able to live by himself until he just fell the other day, a week ago. But they were taking him out. I'm telling you, Eric, I'm over there. We went in there one day. My wife went with me. I'd been going with this other guy. I'd been reading the Bible, praying with him. And he just loves a visit. And he's just a happy guy, amazingly pleasant. And they're taking him out for a stress test. The guy can't even get out of the bed. And I'm like, no, I'm not kidding you. So they're probably going to give him, I think they can give you some kind of med and check your heart rate. But I'm like, lady, he is not on any prescription meds, Eric. Nothing. And he's been a smoker on and off, and he's not taking blood pressure meds. His blood pressure's solid. It's crazy. And guys, I think all the preservatives have kept him alive. So the other day when we got to the apartment, and I took my grandson with me because I knew there was a problem. He didn't answer, and I call, and he always picks up right away. So I got over there. I took my grandson. We go in there, find him on the floor in his bedroom, spent the night on the floor. He wasn't hurt, a little bit of bruising here and there, but nothing broken. The ambulance comes, and when we get him up off the floor, he's got his pants on backwards, the zipper in the back. And I think that's actually what caused him to fall. I think he was wearing his pants in bed. And they're like hunter pants, they're the real heavy denim.
Yeah.
And so it was just, so we got him up. I said, Ben, is this a new style? Put the zipper in the back or something? What is going on? Oh my goodness, Eric. I am so wiped out with this stuff, but God knows I'm okay. We'll make it.
Hang on, I'm just about where I need to be here. So. Let's see if I can do this. I've had a really bad cough, and if this thing comes on again, I may have to just bail out.
Boy, it's so hard, man.
Cough started when I started my first treatment 10 weeks ago.
Wow.
And the treatments reduce your immune system so you don't get over it.
Wow.
And it's an allergy to something that's going on right now. We can't even isolate what it is. But let me show you this.
That looks nice.
this is my new thing, and that is to add agents to everything, and you can ask anything here.
Well, see, I can, like, right now. Do you ever watch Hometown on
Yeah,
yeah, that's Laurel. That's where I'm at.
right.
That's Ben and Aaron, and that thing has blown up, man. This town, I can go downtown to the coffee shop. I meet down there a couple times in a week with some friends, a couple older guys, and there's cars from like wherever, Texas, Arkansas,
Oh,
New
I
York,
know.
Pennsylvania. It is crazy. I wish there was a way. I know, and I will get this by the grace of God someday. I really will. But to market some way to get into this where they were finding me about Laurel,
Yeah.
and I had ads and maybe banner ads in some businesses where I got traffic, whatever, serve, I don't know.
Well, that's kind of what I have in mind with this. Okay. And there are things that you can do, and we'll talk about how to do those. But check this. This is when you log in. This is where you go. Okay. It gives you this account details. So if you try to log back into the Circle site that is the community for the Power Hour, you'll be taken to this page right here. Encouraged to make
Okay.
sure that everything's current. And it's always under My Circles. So when you click My Circles, it'll take you here. This is in a different account. So this is the market account. So, but I wanted you to see what this looks like. And this is that crafter community I was telling you about.
Nice.
This would be where vendors would go. Okay. And just like this.
So
Now,
approximately, Eric, if someone subscribes to this, I'm a vendor, I'm in that area. What am I going to pay you for this to get my web presence inside of your community?
Well, right now, I'm not going to charge anybody anything
Okay.
to launch this. Eventually, there will be a charge associated with it, but it depends on what they need. Okay. So this is for this right here. I don't really care. I want to get people in here and get their products here so that we can start promoting them and they can start making money offline or online.
Right.
And I can be able to go. There's 3 people that are targeted here. We have vendors like this. We have venues. That's places where craft events are held. And then we have visitors. Now, we got to get the visitors engaged. And the way to get the visitors engaged is you give them a job. And you make the job fun and easy. And we call it be a reporter. And so they get to take their phone and take a video if they want to, or take a picture of somebody's booth or somebody's product and rate it. So the ratings will be shown right here.
Nice.
They go, man, I didn't have the money when I showed up, but I have it now. So we can take you directly to their store and they can buy it from here. I just threw this in here. This is just a quickie. And so there's a place where they can leave a review and so on. That is actually all detailed right here. Under the training center, we've got the venue. How do we train a venue to be incredibly successful? How do we train a vendor to be successful? There's little vendor tricks that I've been teaching for years, and it's amazing what happens with that. And how many people don't understand how simple that is to do. For example, you got a 12-year-old granddaughter, have her talk to the customers while you deal with people who have money.
Right.
They can take a $10 order, a $20 order all day long. You say, what do you have for $10? This guy right here. Top comes off of that hat. This is a goofy little thing that all lights up and the frog glows. Those are cheap products. They're easy to do. People are going to ask about this because this ring glows in the dark. And it's this, all the things that you see that sparkle in here, those are all
Opals.
opal.
I love opal.
So this, and I make this is my ring, and I make these rings, and they all glow in the dark like this. This is a terrible glow in the dark picture, but I just had to throw something in there to hold it. And up here, if somebody has an image of something that they want, can you make this? Well, yeah, here, leave me a picture. Tell me what it is that you're looking for. Like I have a request right now for a ring that is pink and blue. I've never put pink and blue together in anything,
Sure.
but she's asked for a pink and blue ring. The first sample that I did, she hasn't seen it yet. But the first sample I did, I had 3 people who said, "Can I get one?" So that's a great way to. This discussion becomes really important. And you know, as the vendor, I could say in this discussion, something to the effect of, I just created this ring today, and I want to know what your opinion is about it. And people will gladly give you their opinions.
Sure.
And right now, I have every color opal under the rainbow.
You know, I went to, when we were down in Chile, I think I mentioned this to you, but Chile mines lapis, the lapis lazuli.
Yep.
And then they also have it in Afghanistan. Chile is, theirs is the silver fleck pyrite stuff. And then in Afghanistan, it's gold color, which usually is it just looks prettier with the blue and gold. But anyway, I had a friend actually gave me money, and I bought a bunch of jewelry in Chile wholesale. And then we went out to a big vendor show in Arizona, in Tucson, the Gem and Mineral Show. I don't know. You ever remember that guy Mel Fisher with the Atocha?
No.
He was the famous. If you look it up, he's a famous treasure hunter. He's dead now, but he found the Atocha, Atocha, and his sons were at that. I have pictures somewhere. His sons were at the show in Tucson, and they had stuff. This is like 1500s, 1600s jewelry, massive emeralds. You've never seen anything like it. Major gold chunks of stuff, and it was the most crazy store. So I was actually buying things from Chile and bringing it back and wholesaling, and people wanted it, but we just couldn't count on the suppliers.
Yeah.
And I really like that stuff. I really love to see my granddaughters get involved and make some things. I really would.
My very first ring was lapis.
Love that stone, man.
Crushed lapis. Lapis is so hard, though. It's not easy to work.
Yeah.
On a Mohs scale, it's pretty tough. And so I have a 1-ton press that crushes my stone.
Okay.
And I'm my very first, because I love lapis, and my very first one was lapis.
Well, what was the name? I know I got that. Was it Fire and Gems or something? You sent us the link.
Fire Mountain.
Fire Mountain. I've got a couple of their old catalogs in there. I didn't order for a while, so they quit sending them. But I may still be getting them. I'm not sure. I just throw stuff back in this one box. But man, I'd love to do some of that with a couple granddaughters and a couple kids. So maybe someday. That's a great idea. Wow.
So this is that crafters community, and you know, there's vendor information which I don't have loaded in here at all, but the reporter program is here, and this is where they register to do this. This is actually an app that you can download to your phone, and this is the instructions on how to use the app. This is where you download the app from, but this shows you what the app looks like.
Now, how long have you been in San Antonio? You used to be with St. Louis or something. Where were you at?
I was in Huntsville, Alabama. I've been all over, but I've been in San Antonio now for 3.5 years.
Okay.
But yeah, this is what I wanted to do. That's how I got started doing this. Was this. That's how I got into this whole directory thing. But this is what I'll talk about next week. First webinar.
Eric, I'm going to have to get off. My guy's here with the car.
I do too. So you have a good weekend, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, I really appreciate you showing me this. I'll be on whatever. If you send me an invite, I'll try to get on this thing again and do something later.
Okay, talk to you soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, bye-bye.